What
Hold
style?
Hold on. That's on 1, and it's fully black and white. Let me come off it, and I go back on black and white. It's not fully black and white. Unless I change it, and then let's say there's a couple of bugs still in this photo.
Ubisoft!
Yes? What about them?
They released the new game. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? So they released the Crew Motorfest, and we will cover that. But also, they confirmed Photomode for Mirage.
Surprise, yeah. I mean,
shocking.
Absolutely. I just wrote the blog post today saying, in the least surprising revelation of the year, Mirage gets a photo mode.
Can you imagine the plot twist if it hadn't a photo mode?
Well, there's already kind of a plot twist because
it's the same.
Is it though? It on first hand viewing, yes, it looks exactly the same as Valhalla and Odyssey, but there's a couple of features actually missing from it. So Valhalla has got a toggle headgear. You press square, it's there on the UI. Toggle headgear, that's gone. And it's also got frames. Across the top it shows those the color filters. It's got L1 and R1 for those, and L2 and R2 or whatever for the frames. Gone. It's very strange. And also I noticed this at first, and I wasn't even going to mention it. And then I was chatting to Jack from TPM and Aaron from one of the Assassin's Creed pages. And he mentioned as well that the numbers on the sliders aren't there anymore. And I was like, yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't think it was relevant. And he says, they weren't in there in Odyssey either, or the previous one. It's only Valhalla that got it. So that got us thinking, actually, this might be based on not even the Valhalla version, but the older ones,
Origins,
which only have 45-degree roll. Isn't it those two that only have an Odyssey, Valhalla at the 90-degree roll? So remains to be seen. We've got a few more weeks until we see the finished version.
Why though? Go back to something worse. Why?
I don't know.
Well,
it's like
to be honest, it reminds me kind of Ragnarok, but it's I've been saying this, and I saw some comments about it. Mirage is an off step. It's not a full-fledged main series game.
No, it's not. Yeah.
So they might be like an older team, not a main team working on it.
No, so
they might not have access to all the tools that Valhalla had.
Okay. So interesting theory, but this is Ubisoft Bordeaux who made the expansion, the Wrath of the Druids expansion for Valhalla. That's their only project so far.
Okay.
So that doesn't wash either, does it? If anything, they've worked with Valhalla. Anyway, we'll do more on that when we know more about it, I think.
It's definitely a weird one, but camera tools will fix it for PC people.
But are the majority of Assassin's Creed players on PC? I'm not sure they are. I think it's a big console game.
Oh, it is a big console game, but still, most of the shots that you see from either Valhalla or Odyssey, at least I see, are from PC folk. I might be biased since I bought a PC right around the time when Valhalla came out, so it might be that I started following more PC people, and now I see more, but most of the shots that I see are from PC, but I guess more people play it on console. Still, that's not the game to speak about this week.
Not the proper topic, no. The Crew Motorfest is out tomorrow, actually. But I've been fortunate enough to be furnished with a £100 copy of the Ultimate Edition.
I love Ubisoft oft for that. They don't give you
The shitty one.
the set- the, s- the standard edition. They
Yeah.
give you the collector's edition. I had the same experience with Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It's like I wouldn't buy it, but now that I have it, it's pretty cool.
It's nice. I mean, you can almost forgive them for giving you the lowest one because they might think you've got that and then you might buy the extras for it
Yeah.
anyway. But it's great to give reviewers and content creators everything, so like they can just show it off unlimited. So yeah, great. I get the 1 year pass and everything as well. I have already played it because I was in the closed beta a couple of months ago. But I've just surprised myself with how much I've forgotten from that in terms of the photo.
I remember reading your blog post, and it seemed like you really enjoy it. And before we started recording, you were having a bad time.
I haven't fully tried it out just then. I didn't try any shots or anything. I just thought, right, let me remember how to get into the photo mode.
No.
And then I just opened it up. I was like, oh wow, this is. Hang on, you'll see in a minute. Like the UI is quite messy, and I was just like, what the hell is that? Oh, right. I thought I'll just look at it later, as in a minute. But we'll see. It might be. It might be fun. It's confusing.
Have you noticed if they changed the UI? Is it the same?
No. Oh yeah, it is.
Everything?
I remember seeing the same stuff, but it is a little bit sort of muddled, shall we say? What do you think of the look of the game, though? Is it because go on.
We talked about this in the past. I was a fan of Burned Out and all those more arcadey racing games, and the Crew sort of fills that niche.
I think so.
I never played the Crew game, I have to admit, because it's a kind of a new franchise, right? It's not.
This is the third entry now.
Yeah.
But the first one was one of the first two had some kind of weird obsession with like social media. Like you had to gain popularity in the game. It was like a social media platform, for a fictional one. And then the other one, I can't remember which way around it was, but they changed direction a fair bit. But this one now is much more like the Burnout crossed with Motorstorm. So, like that festival atmosphere of Motorstorm. Burnout, as I always agree, Burnout is like the blueprint for the best type of open world racer. The Burnout Paradise, that is, just nailed it. So good. And this has lots of, borrowed ideas from that, even down to billboards and routes to smash through and that kind of thing.
Can you blow up every other car in the race or no?
No, it's not based around takedowns, and it certainly doesn't have the crash junction where you're rolling.
Yeah. Still, it's good to. I would pick it up if it wasn't a full price game. I normally wait for big discounts on the racing games and play it for like a weekend. I'm not like going to glue myself for weeks on a racing game or like you with GT7 and play it over and over again.
I probably won't get as much hours out of this as I did Gran Turismo, but it's one of those you can just go back to because it's a bit more arcadey. It's not like as full on arcade as Burnout, I don't think, but I really liked it anyway from the beta. I did really enjoy the game. So.
The only racing game recently that I would from time to time go back to was Unrush. It was free for a month when I started VP at the month that I started VP on PS Plus. I downloaded it, played it, loved it, and like once a month I would spend the entire weekend just racing, going online, being completely wrecked and finishing last. But yeah, it was a really cool game.
Yeah, I liked that as well. It's good to racing games are good for kind of relaxing, no-brainer type games, aren't they? Anyway, so I'll switch over now and we'll have a quick look at it. So I've taken the liberty of just getting through the opening tutorial bit where it's basically like a cutscene where you drive little sections. How could
How
I?
could you?
Because I remember
I
it being
really
quite
wanted to see that.
long. Sorry. And it's now put me in this little area, which I was confused about when I first got here. But it's basically like a little... I think it's other people's cars. You basically just want to leave here as soon as possible, is what I found.
I find it strange that it's a weird take that some games now have, like their menu, their modes. You are basically an avatar going through like the arcade or the car stage to choose which mode you want to go in. It's cool that they allow you to go into photo mode there.
Yeah, absolutely. The avatar, I think you can customize. I didn't bother. I just picked a generic one of the
Really?
guys.
It looks exactly like you.
Of course, it's one of my shirts. Yeah. I think all these cars are people's custom liveries and stuff, and they're a lot of the same car at the minute because everyone's only just starting, obviously.
But in theory, you would have.
You see, also, what's this?
Yeah.
There's only half a car.
What? They didn't finish the tutorial.
Let me exit the photo mode and see if I need to get closer. Maybe they hadn't loaded fully. Photo mode, by the way,
really
is
good.
on the D-pad. So left on the D-pad, straight in. There you go. They've loaded me.
In here.
Everywhere. It's always that, except in the races when you can't access it at all. You've got to use the replay mode. I'll show
Even
you.
the offline races.
Yeah. You can't use it at all in the races, which I don't mind because it means you're not struggling.
Worried. Yeah.
I like this car. I'll use this car while we're here. So yeah, you've just got. In fact, you've got fully customizable controls, which I didn't know from the beta. It might not have been available then, but I just looked through the settings then, and I saw that you can do controller bindings for everything, similar to what we've just said in Starfield. Yeah, absolutely.
Twice.
2 in a row.
It's back to back. It's really cool to see that this is being implemented.
Yeah.
Into different major releases this year.
Exactly.
It's cool.
I think everything should have that. And I'm glad it does, because by default, it's one of those where the L2 and R2 are the triggers for up and down, and the default is L2 up and R2 down, and I don't like that because it feels backwards to me, so I swapped them just now. But yeah, you've got, there you go, you can...
I'm impressed by the range. Oh
yeah,
no,
I'm just
you are
say,
right there.
I'll check the range. You can probably fill this entire area, to be honest, in here. I don't know which car that is.
Is it the same on replay? It makes no sense to not have limitless.
See, I can't get further than the wall here, so I think at least this area is the size of the range. Is it limitless on what?
The racing. If you are watching a replay and photograph.
I don't think it is. We can check that later. Yeah, I don't want the guide of it. Avatar in a racing game never does anything for me. Don't want them. Right, anyway.
Why? Why even have it?
Yeah, whatever. It's part of the story, isn't it? You gotta have a crew. You have people to have a crew, right?
Yeah, but like the ones from Need for Speed always gets me. Like they are like comic book characters, like drawn, and they look stunning.
Yeah, like a stylized thing instead.
Framing. Look at me. Framing
I wasn't
the shot.
actually trying to. I'm just wondering whether I'll be obstructed and whether I can zoom right through it. So that's actually way too big.
I thought you were being stylish.
Well, I can do that as well if you like. There you go.
Look, yeah.
So yeah, left stick is truck and dolly, forwards, backwards, left, right, etc. Right stick, normal pan tilt. Is it 360 degrees? Yep, all the way around. I always like that, just to be able to loop. You do get a bit lost.
That's cool. Yeah.
Am I lost? There we go.
There are so many games when I do that I just go everywhere.
Yeah, and you lose track of the camera. That was the worst thing in Infamous because of that bizarre camera setup. Anyway,
we should do an episode of going back to some old school photo modes. The Order being one
and have a horrible time with things that are absolutely tragic in comparison.
Yeah.
We've got a roll. Only 90-degree roll. That's not complete. I don't know if I can reset the roll to be level, because it's on L1 R1 now. I think it's in the menu as well, though. There we go. I'll just leave it at that for the sec. And that,
the roll are the
shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
Well, the crane is on the triggers. So I prefer that because it's a positioning thing. Because the roll is also in the menu. I'll show you in a sec. But so you can do it by the slider instead. But that's it for this camera mode. So this is the only place you can move the camera around. I don't like this, by the way. I don't know how you feel about separated camera movement and settings.
Wait. You don't have to go back to the game to go into the settings, right? You could.
No, I do it from here. I press square. But
Okay,
now I
okay.
can't move the camera. Is all I mean.
Okay, I don't mind. I understand. I kinda understand that one mode is for composing and the other mode is for post editing. But
Okay.
in this case, it's like they are putting the zoom in here, the tilt.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
just think it's something right. So, for example, now, let's say I went, I prefer this zoom, but now I'm cropping off a bit of the
Yeah.
car, so I want to just pull the camera back or
You have
to
to
the
go
left.
back and
Exactly. And even though I can use the D-pad to move up and down on the settings, and I would then use the left stick to move the camera, left stick also moves the settings. It's unnecessary. It's doing the same as the D-pad. So, and guess what? The right stick does it as well. So both sticks and the D-pad have been assigned. Come on. Like,
they are doing basically the same thing.
yeah, so I've got to come back just to move, but I don't actually want to because it's going to be in that framing, so I can't do that. So I probably have to move closer. Anyway, just leave it. So settings wise, right, zoom, which you can also do with up and down on the D-pad when you're in the camera mode, and tilt, which you can do with L1 R1. So I can now do it in steps of 0.03, 0.3 or 2. It seems to vary. So it's probably 0.025.
Yeah.
Of what? I don't know, because 0.5 is 90 degrees, so go figure whatever that is. Kind of working it out. Why not just put it in degrees? I always think
It's weird. It's a weird choice.
it is.
It's the same as like, why not put intensity 0 to 100?
Yeah, and yeah,
Like-
you just get bizarre stuff. It's like 1 to 2 in steps of 0.01.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey,
Why?
Anyway.
How am I supposed to understand this?
yeah, exactly. You end up ignoring it. We've got a grid there, which you can turn on and off. The little reticle thing, like the camera viewfinder, if I just look at something dark,
It's always
you can see
there.
that's always there. Yeah, so you can't get rid of that one.
I like that you can basically always know where the center of the image is.
Yes, it's also good for the autofocus, which
Okay.
isn't available in here. Interesting. It does have autofocus. We'll come back
But
to that when
only
we've
on-
left this room. It might be only in the racing, yeah. Alright, settings.
Huh.
Shall I just leave then and we'll go elsewhere?
Yeah,
I think
because
that's
you
all the
won't be
normal
able
stuff.
to test the motion
vehicle
blur.
options. Well, there is that. How do I exit this? You're laughing, but hold to leave.
love-
There we go. Right, that's my Honda S2000 that I chose at the start. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, I want to show you the map. I don't know if you've already seen it. It's a shame it's nighttime.
Nighttime.
Right.
Whoa.
So this is Hawaii, right? Or one of the Hawaiian Islands. So you can just explore it all with the map. So let's just pick somewhere busy for now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on here. So you can see like we've got street lights. You can see tiny little cars moving around. Can you see one there?
Yeah.
My center dot. And I can carry on going in. I can carry on going in. I can carry on going in. I go right down to street level and literally just follow these cars driving about.
It's And that's the map?
This is the map. It's basically the full game, but it just gives you an overview. Look, there's a race going on here, and I can zoom in and look at them. They're usually too fast for you.
Whoa!
It's incredible. Look at them. Zoom along the motorway. Look at this group.
That's really cool. I think that's the first time I'm seeing that.
It's
Wait,
really good.
Are those people real people or?
Some are, yeah.
Oh,
I've turned names
that's
off,
even
but
cooler.
the ones that come up with names will be. But you can use this. I wanted to show it because I don't care about donuts right now, thank you. You can use this
I
for
could
like
go for a
location scouting. You know, if you want to think, right, where on this island do I want to take a certain picture? What's over here? You know, oh, what's these? What's this yellow business? And there's like sulfur pools and stuff here. So you can come and
go there.
Decide, and you can set a waypoint here and then drive there or fly there.
Is there fast travel?
Okay, there
How fast is the fast
certain
travel?
points, which obviously I've not unlocked yet. You've got to do things like this Porsche story, and then that becomes a fast travel point you can go back to. So it's got there fast travel 2, but it's grayed out. So I've got to have done something. And right.
I like that loop.
Yeah, definitely. That's full-on Hot Wheels type stuff, isn't it? Vehicles. Don't want a boat. I'm on land. Oh, here we go.
Look at me! I have the premium edition.
I'm not going to go into customization right now because I think there's quite a lot you can do. Body panels and I've got some crazy.
Wait, that's not the same car.
Look at my
bike. You have wings? So you can go onto photo mode right now, right?
Oh, crashing it.
Can you go into
It's
photo
quite
mode?
hard to stay straight. Let me
Or
just
do
mute
you
the
need a
game, 'cause
replay?
I had to just mute the game then because she was very. Right, just head over here. I'll just go somewhere, anywhere. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll test. Yeah, going back to the replay. I don't like this view. I'll change camera view. There we go.
No.
Yes,
no.
I cannot do chase
Sacrilegious.
cam. It's horrendous.
No. No, I always third person.
Right. So, no, you can't tell them how the car's doing. Right. So, just left on the D-pad, unless you've entered the sort of social menu, because then that overtakes it. So you've got to have the social menu thing closed, and then it's just left on the D-pad. Right. So, same as before, we've got all the thing, but this is the best thing in this photo mode. Can you see at the bottom the little 0 minutes thing? So
you
now
can go back.
I can rewind. I think, oh no, yeah, I want this bit. I don't know which bit do I want. So if I was doing like donuts or whatever, it was 5 minutes in the beta. I presume it's still 5 minutes in this. I haven't done 5 minutes just now, but so we've got 56 seconds since I set off. It resets, I think, when you enter and exit the photo mode. Well, let's try it. So if I exit now and just drop back in.
No.
Right. But it's limiting me to this bit, and it's weird. I can still get back there, but straight, like, just by default, I can't. I'm stuck to that 1 second.
You can go,
gap.
if you press one of, I think it's right, you go to replay. Isn't that?
Yes, kinda. So I'm going to press right stick, replay mode. Now, this is even more than the photo mode. This is like a full-on video editor. Oh, look, it's got some. Oh, it's dark now. It's like completely different light. And this will let you jump back through, but sometimes like this I get stuck. I can't actually do it. So then you've got to go into video editor, and here now we've got full-on set keyframes. You can set an individual camera viewpoint and do all of your.
Really.
It's incredible, actually.
Yeah.
And this one should. Yeah, it's still stuck there.
I don't know many people that use those tools, like, but I bet people that do are really happy with them.
It's same with Sifu. It's really in depth and quite complicated, but it's got a lot of potential. You know, I don't really want to be doing this bit. I'm just getting back. I don't like those wing things. turning those off, I think.
It's not wings.
And they're like hands, aren't they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are doing the rock on movement, which
Yeah.
is super weird for the car that.
Right, to get back to my photo mode, now if I press back from here, because I've come into this, I would naturally press back, that exits. So don't do that. I'm going to now press on this, the touchpad. I don't know what it is on other consoles. But now I'm back on the default photo mode. So you can see I'm back in the bigger block. It would be nice if you could just jump between them, and that little 2-second one is now isolated from me. I can't get to that for some reason. Yeah.
That's
once
weird.
It is, but once you get your head around it, then it's fine, you know. Right, there we go. Get a little bit of smoke just for something interesting. Ah, nice bit of opposite lock and everything. Oh, the zoom is crazy, like way too sensitive. It's nighttime right now, but it doesn't have to be. You see
Oh no! You can change it.
You can change it, but it's another thing that's a bit weird. Right, the zoom tilt grid we saw before. Right, vehicles. I can turn my vehicle off if you just want to do scenery. I can add mud to the vehicle, which is
That's cool.
That's nice, yeah. Especially when you're doing a bit of off-roading or whatever, you can tweak the amount of crud that's on there. You can also deliberately damage your vehicle. This one doesn't seem to have much damage on it. They usually crumple up completely. You see the windscreen's broken. Headlights on and off. Driver on and off. Other players and traffic visibility. Okay, fine. Right, environment, here we go. So the weather, it says weather, but it's actually periods of the day. So dawn and sunrise are not a type of weather. Ubisoft, what are you thinking? The midday weather, yes.
The famous midday weather.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite weather? The dusk. Dusk. I love when it's dusk.
Yeah.
When it's dusking. Oof.
It's dusking again. Now, if you notice, there's 2 for each one. Dusk is a good example. I can't turn the camera around to show you without going off it. Yeah, the sky has changed, but we're undercover. That's not helping.
So one is raining, the other is...
Yeah. And even though it's set... Because it says weather.
Technically, it's weather. They just don't tell you.
But I've got a dusk when it's not raining and a dusk when it is raining. But if you want, for example, a sunrise with rain, tough. There isn't one. So what it does is if I choose sunrise, then the time of day is like a couple of hours slot at sunrise. So it goes from 5 o'clock to 7:30. And then morning goes from 8 o'clock to 10:30.
Oh.
Why not just give me time of day?
A full-on slider?
And then this one can be sun,
weather.
rain. Yeah, exactly. Like it's literally written. So it's good that it's got these, but they're a little bit weird.
It's probably the weirdest implementation of time of day that I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean, Spider-Man, you had to go to a lab, choose the time and weather that you want, and then go to take a picture.
Yeah, okay. But at least it was labeled properly.
True.
Right. We've also got this, which says exposure, but I'm going to say that that's doing contrast, and not a lot.
Yeah.
There it goes grey, and I put it open, the black, it goes strong whites and strong blacks. That's contrast, that's not exposure. It's a mild contrast. So that's mislabeled again, I think. Then we've got brightness, which does make it brighter and darker. It's not overly powerful, but at least it's doing the right thing. And saturation, same. So full black and white. And up to this.
It would be so funny if you turned off saturation and some color remained.
I wasn't. I wouldn't have been totally surprised, to be honest. Right, motion blur. Let me just get some wheels in view because the car was moving. So I'm not bothered about the shot. I just want to be able to see a wheel. So motion blur
You
0.
have to be bothered by the shot.
All right,
because we are using it for the thumbnail.
Maybe not this one.
Why? It has the ends.
Yeah,
we
right.
want the end.
But there you go. You can see the motion blur is full, and that wheel has blurred out.
Yeah.
Let me just zoom into the wheel if I can. It's got like a weird ghost of it though. It's not.
That's what.
Oh, that was on the wrong one. The motion blur again.
Is it really that difficult to make motion blur in video
not
games?
on a wheel, not on a. It's circular motion blur applied to that object. So, fair enough. Everything else that's moving is a bit trickier, but yeah, I don't think it's great. It's enough to at least put a little bit of motion on your tires and stuff, but
yeah,
it's not the best. It is applying a bit to the background as well, but you probably didn't notice it. If you look at the the pillar things above. So I'll just turn it back off again. It goes smooth. And again to the road surface. So it's enough to just take away that totally static look, but it's not a very great.
It's annoying me so much on Cyberpunk.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's crazy because right now I decided that I'm not taking any more shots of me driving.
Okay.
I won't because it looks weird. It just looks boom.
Because it's static.
Still,
do you mean?
yeah, everything is still.
Yeah. Right. This one now, focus blur. So this is confusing as hell. Focus blur obviously just turns on like the defocus for the camera. That's fine.
Yeah.
Then I've got distance. And that seems to sort of... So I'm going to go back down to 0. So you think that's going to be near the camera. I'm going to go up. It's gone into focus there at 3. I'm going to carry on. It's gone blurry again. It's come back into focus at 7. Don't ask. I don't even know. So whatever. We're going to set it to 7. And it's to do with these start and end things. Now, it's a bit... like the Starfield one is weird. Where you're setting a near and a far... Yeah.
I still haven't figured out how that one works.
Not very well is how it works. So... Oh my god. Do I have to bring... There we go. Get that closer. Oh, let's reset them. Hold on. Bear with me.
It's fantastic how we went from photo modes that have blur kind of working into photo modes that try to do something different with the focus. It's simple. Just give me, I don't know, how a camera works.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna have to try and look. Well, there you go. Try and use these street lights. They might help. Because I couldn't even tell what it was doing then. I remember figuring it out in the beta, and I was like, oh, right. Well, that's really confusing. So that doesn't help me at all. Start. What are you doing? It's not doing anything. It definitely does do something.
From my point of view, everything is super blurry already.
Because, it is.
Not because you're blurring it, but because I'm seeing you basically share your screen.
Oh right, and it's just like
I just see the sliders moving a little bit, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Right, can you see at all?
a little bit, yeah.
That first barrel.
Barrels,
yeah, and can you see it's got like a harsh line going up to it? It doesn't help that we're in the bloody dark. What a horrible demo. There we go. Can you see that moving in and out?
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, that's horrendous, but thankfully, there's an autofocus.
So everyone use the autofocus.
I recommend it. So there's my car, and now it's on options on this. So you see the reticle in the middle, and I can press options, bang, brings the car in. Honestly, just use that. Save yourself the bother.
Can you change the intensity in the options without changing anything else? Like changing the...
Okay, do you mean like change the blur amount? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
Yeah, so you can set the autofocus on the bit that you want.
That's good.
It does mean you've got to exit this and get to the camera movement bit again because you can't move it separately.
I wish every game had autofocus.
Yeah. And then yes, you can do that. Right. So after that,
It's one
demo.
of my top requested features for Spider-Man 2.
Okay, an autofocus. Well, I would just like them to change their focus method completely.
I love their focus methodology.
Yeah.
We already talked about it
I know.
enough.
These colorized ones are okay. There's not a huge number. They don't totally revamp it. It's weird that we're in such odd lighting. That's not helping, is it? But you can see there, black and white. There you go. There's a black and white. Oh, now it is.
What style?
Hold on. That's on 1, and it's fully black and white. Let me come off it, and I go back on black and white. It's not fully black and white. Unless I change it, and then let's say there's a couple of bugs still in this photo. So if you want to see them, you've got to turn them on and off. There we go.
That's weird.
Yes, it is.
That's so weird. What the?
In addition
Why?
to those colorization things, we've got some different sort of render styles. Car Noir, I think, does everything.
It's the opposite.
It keeps the car in color and everything else in black and white.
So why call it Car Noir?
I think the car is the feature. But if you go really high,
but
it
the
gets...
car is literally the only thing that isn't noir.
Yeah. And then when it goes high, it goes just bizarre, like really posterized. Negative, fine.
Again.
Oh,
What
check this out.
What?
I don't know. Can't explain that one. So anyway, you can't see it. I've chosen the negative style, and I've got an intensity from 0 to 1, and it basically just moving a vertical line across the screen, and it's in the half of it's negative and half of it's not. Basically, I don't know. You could get creative with that though. I'm going to say that's deliberate for a creativity option, but it's an odd one. Night vision. That's grainy as well. I like that.
Yeah.
There you go. You've got a full film noir there if you don't like the Car Noir one. If I turn Car Noir on, does that override it? Oh no, Car Noir was in this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
HDR water painting. There you go. That's a bit cel shaded. I kind of like that. Noise options. Oof, chromatic aberration. No, thank you.
Which you love.
Yeah. I'll put a more normal one on. We can just see those.
Oh, go negative. Half. And put the chromatic aberration at maximum.
No, because you're going to say that's the thumbnail.
That's a thumbnail.
I've pressed snapshot, and I think that just saves the picture. Yeah, photo saved.
Saves to where?
Good question. Don't really know. Chromatic aberration, don't like. VHS, that's giving you out the ripples of an old videotape. Pixelation and film grain. And the film grain is quite good actually. You can see it actually dancing about. We've got a vignette. Let me just turn the grain off so you can see it cleanly. It's fine. And then we've got a whole bunch of frames. Pick one that's obvious like that, which you can make semi-opaque.
Oh, that's cool.
It's nice, yeah. And I think you can have a logo as well as it. There we go. Logo, white, black, white. There we go. Bottom left, but that's all. And they don't work very well with that particular frame. Online ID, I don't want ever. But fine. I guess for replays.
If you don't use it, but if you use the Ford Focus, I could see it being cool.
Maybe. But that's your lot. So I do remember why I liked it from the beta. There's plenty of features here.
Yeah.
They're just very strange. They're very strange to get your head around.
It's a game that you won't just start and know exactly what you do all the time. You need to learn your flow and find your rhythm to take the photos, because there are a lot of options, which is cool.
Yeah, you're not going to get the
there-
best out of it.
Yeah,
Um,
and there are bugs. Change the car, please.
Plenty of bugs. Change the car. Okay, you don't like my
Yeah.
car then.
Well, I do, but let's
nice,
have something.
just a nice little Mazda. What else have I got? This horrendous BMW that, quite frankly, looks like a beaver.
I love it.
Shut up! It's awful. That's a Chevelle, I think. Yeah.
That's elitist.
Oh, here we go. You'll do. A Civic Type, but this might have some crazy neon as well.
Oh, I'm okay with the crazy neon.
Okay. Oh, it's got the same one.
Oh!
Maybe I've got that equipped on everything at the minute. I don't. I haven't chosen it.
In the
promise.
Mustang, it will look splendid.
I don't want it. Right. So let's see if I can catch the moment where it was skidding across the. Oh, everything's still on. Right, there is a reset.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it? Is it though? Yeah, I'm just gonna rewind.
Oh.
Here we go. You can see this.
I like the photo modes that keep everything on. As long as you have the option to reset as soon as you.
Yeah, like as in to reset all.
Yeah, to default.
It's in the air, and I don't like it. Yeah, look at that! How the smoke is
The
keeping the
smoke.
color of the car.
Yeah.
The tire smoke's an interesting one. That's what I was just going back and forwards there for, because it disappears when you keep moving, but if you go back into it, you can get some with it. There, look.
Yeah. It's in the air.
It is in the air, I know. Oh, it's going to have to be.
I like this pose.
Pause. You're calling it a pause now.
What is
It's
it
fine.
if not a pose?
Yeah, I don't know.
Moment.
Right, settings. Again, so reset is touchpad. Oh god, it's reset the camera as well now. It seems to reset all. You can't do it by
The thing
by
is,
category.
it's a separate menu for the camera and the settings, and you press reset and you reset both.
Yeah, it did do that.
That's an easy fix. That's a very easy fix for sure.
Yeah, there's a case to be made for not doing that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I wouldn't take a picture here naturally. I don't think. I'm gonna put some bit of.
Oh,
dirt
nice.
over here.
Now you have 1 minute.
Do I? Oh, wonderful. Show driver headlights on. Yeah, we'll have all of that. What about the weather? Who knows? What kind of weather do we need?
The sunsetting weather.
Yeah. Dusking. No. Oh, it's gone very bright. So it does move the sun a little bit, by the way, when you're
Which
changing
is
that time.
cool.
Yeah, that is good. Exposure, which is contrast. Brightness. I'm ignoring
30
your minute
seconds.
because no, I'm not doing that because it's going to take me that long just to figure out what the
You all are my witnesses that he's a chicken and not accepting my challenge.
Well, yeah. There's too many options. There we go.
There's too
black
many
and white,
options.
That's not black and white. Film noir, but I don't know what's a little bit of it. I don't know. I can't predict what these are going to do because it's sort of
That's the best thing about a photo mode, when you can't predict what the heck everything does. You
Yeah.
don't know. That's the best thing about a photo mode.
yeah, but not when you're putting a clock on me. I like these ones. Which colour do you like? I'll go with
Yeah, that one, the sunsetty
don't think
one.
I want the. Why not? Keep it. No, I don't like the logo. How do I get back to the camera? See, it's not square. I've pressed square to put the menu up. I should press square to get rid of it. That's annoying. If you ask me.
Oh, you are actually going to frame it.
Well, I'm going to try, but it's very fiddly. It's the steps are too large on the zoom. Look at that. I will go on the record and say I don't like this picture at all. How do I hide the UI?
I don't know what you mean. If I saw this online, I would say it's a very Ford Focus shot.
Shut up. No, it isn't. It definitely isn't.
It is. Like,
Prefer the back
look
end.
at that. Look at the
back
frame.
end. I'm going to have to redo the autofocus probably. Can I? Do I have to have the UI up to do it? Focus over there. Yeah. Oh, it went crazy then.
It got closer. I think it would look better without the frame, by the way.
It may be. It's on now. Motorfest. But anyway, that's your lot. That's a bit of everything that it's got. There you go.
Okay, that's better, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's good. It's just not very well refined, and
I think it's and I know this will sound weird for a racing game. I think it's good for the game because it the simple fact that it has motion blur.
okay,
Like the last Need for Speed didn't have motion blur or shutter speed or anything.
I've just stuck into an impassable barrier. Every racing game should have motion blur. It's unacceptable to have a racing game without it. But this is not really enough. It's definitely not enough anyway.
Yeah, but at least they tried.
Oh, gosh.
Which it's not enough, but I don't know. To me, even trying, even like improving the photo mode from one game to the other and not just copy paste it, or even making it worse, looking at you, Assassin's Creed and God of War.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to the actual races
photos?
and whatnot. No, not the photos. The what was that then? Car meet. I think that's just I can't remember. There's like a whole menu somewhere where you can choose what thing to do next.
It's annoying to me when a game puts so much steps into actually playing the game. I'm having that trouble with Starfield right now.
Yeah.
That game is so freaking boring at the beginning.
I agree. It's and you get distracted by all sorts of stuff, and then you go, hang on a minute, like my objective just got something completely different. I can't remember what I was doing. Yeah, that's a waypoint. Yeah, so there you go. I don't think we've got time to do a race and go back to it now. So
No, we are closing to the hour.
okay.
Do you want to go to the hour and do the race?
If I can find a race.
A racing game where you have to find the races.
Honestly, it is good. It is a good game when you get the idea of what the hell. The Hawaiian Scenic Tour. What is that? Oh, one thing I should mention. It's got photo opportunities. Tree. I was just seeing if you could smash through the tree. The answer is no. It has photo opportunities that it pops up, you know, as like collectible stuff to do.
Oh, like Spider-Man.
Sort of, but it'll tell you to take a picture of a certain car in a certain area, I think.
Oh, that's I always love when games have photo challenges.
Yeah.
Because they are basically telling you, enjoy the thing that we made. Doesn't it look pretty?
Exactly, yeah. I'm just going to skip this. So that's giving me an intro to the Ford Bronco by the looks of it. Playlist activated. There we go.
Is it a playlist of races?
It should be. I'd like it to just put me in it, if you don't mind. You know, there's no rush.
Nah, that's asking too much.
But look, 9 photo ops available. Fast travels container unlocked. Yeah, that's great, but I'd like to have some control right now. So skip again. But where's the race?
What?
I'm going to follow the yellow marker. It's surely to God. It's taking me to the race.
The cars that are going
They're players.
into you, okay, and you can't hit them.
Not unless
all
you're
around.
in an event with them. When you're
Okay.
on, there you go, photo op nearby, suggesting one. I'm just going to smash the barriers. If you are in an event with, then yes, you can. So event settings are locked. Difficulty, whatever. Play. Lone vehicle for GT. Thank you.
After 52 minutes, we are starting to play.
But this wasn't a racing stream, was it? So come on.
I'll give you that. Wait, where's your car?
Oh, you don't get them for these preset events. You get a loan
What?
car. No, you can go back and do them in your own cars. But the playlists to begin with are pre-made for you. Which I actually quite like because it takes you through lots of different vehicles, whether you own them or not.
Okay. Yeah. That's part of that was one thing that I loved about GT7. The coffee made you.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, go on, Karen.
It simply made you play with all kinds of cars that you usually wouldn't use. By the way, you should be better at this game.
Yes, well, it isn't like Gran Turismo, and it takes a little bit of.
Yeah, but it's not your first racing game.
It's not my first racing game. It's not even the first time I played this because I did quite a few races on the.
So you should be better at
Yes, I
this.
should, but right now I'm not. And I'm also playing it through the capture. I think there's a little bit of delay on it, so it's a bit odd feel on the steering.
So now we know you can make excuses.
Of course. Good at that. I'm catching them up, aren't I hate having
Are you
arrows
last?
on the
You
screen.
are last, aren't you?
I'm 6th first. And the 6th leader.
So last.
I think I am right now, yeah. That's not, doesn't matter.
It's not a racing stream.
Do you want me to do a full race? Because I don't know whether, if I exit, whether it keeps
You will have
the
the
replay
replay.
or not, yeah.
Oof. Oh, you're fifth. Fourth?
Thank you for the commentary. So what would
Stay
you
there. Stay there.
what would you like for racing games? Do you prefer to be able to access the photo mode anytime? Like now, if I think, oh, here is exactly where I want it.
Yes.
Or to be able to, you do.
Yes. Yeah.
But what if you know that you can come back later? You don't need to try.
I think both options should be available in racing games. Both options should be available. I don't like to. There are other games than racing games that let you go, like Fortnite. If you want to shoot Fortnite, it's going to be a replay.
Yeah.
Or a map of someone else. I like to be in the moment and think, okay, this is a good moment for a photo.
I find in racing though, I find that distracting. Because you know you
It's
like
the same as fighting games. I had that argument with someone over if Tekken should have a photo ball or not, and they said that only in replay mode. I don't know. I wouldn't rewatch a fight just to get into that particular moment. Are you first?
I am first now, so it looks like there might be a bit of sort of rubber banding on the difficulty where they pull away from you at the start and then you gradually, so you don't just drive straight to the front. Not that I've driven brilliantly, I will fully admit. I've had quite a few crashes. They're here again, though. God, what's that? A LaFerrari? No, it's not. 918.
I wish you could see what I am seeing, because it's just
some
like
fuzz.
40-20,
Right.
40-10. We used to watch YouTube videos on this quality and think they were HD.
Yeah. Standard definition TV is what? Something crazy. Like the lowest is like 480 by 240 or something, isn't it? Back to the thing of in races, I do like not having to
worry
about it, and like thinking, oh, I just missed it, and you end up distracted on corners.
But then you if a race is like 5 minutes, you have to go and watch all those 5
all
minutes
the way through it. Yeah.
And okay, this is a good moment for a shot. I don't enjoy that. That's a point that I don't enjoy.
Fair enough.
I understand that taking off. That's why I like the Gran Turismo way, where they put presets.
Yeah. Right. Oh god, it's all on that again. Just reset that. So I've just gone back into the photo mode. And you can see now my timeline is at the bottom. So this one is stuck. But if I do what we did before, enter the room. No, that's not replay. That's replay. And try and... Come on, Motorfest. There we go. There we go. So now it's into the race. And by the way, that looks weird. Like, that's got a crazy filter applied.
Isn't that the last filter that you used?
I've just reset it.
Okay.
But, like, this... Contrary to what you were just saying, of like having to go back and find moments, this is kind of a good way of doing it though, because I've got these different camera views available as well. I can just watch the vehicle.
Yeah, but you are still watching, like the moment that you went from third to second place. You want to really capture that. You have to go through the timeline.
True.
And see that moment. It's I understand the value of being in a racing game fully focused on racing.
Yeah.
But
right. I'm going to take that moment just there. Oh, and now the camera's miles away. Oh, you wanted to test the range, didn't you? In the open area.
Don't you just love when everything goes right? Okay, that's the maximum range. That's cool.
That's decent. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was stages like Gran Turismo, it would make sense to be limitless. But since it's an open world game,
yeah. But the map can do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm happy with that, to be quite honest. Right, they've got cracks on my windscreen. That's not good. That's what you get for smashing your Ford GT around. Right, this will do. Just here, bit of body roll.
I like the colors.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. They've got the three.
You are so doing this only for the thumbnail.
This is the new thumbnail, is it?
I knew there was a reason you wanted to race.
Don't want the grid. See, I don't use it. Especially now, I've turned the grid on. I can't actually move the camera. So it's just, I hate that separation. Right, show vehicles, mud, whatever. Damage, there we go. Turn the damage off. Pretend I never hit a thing. All is well. Or I can increase the damage.
Which you should, because...
Stop it. Driver we need. Other players. There you go, it gets rid of them. Traffic. I think traffic's like other cars that are not in the race, you know. One thing I'd like to comment on, actually, these different times of day.
Weathers?
Some of the weathers, yes. Some of the races have got like really preset lighting. There's like a Japanese street scene one. It's loads of neon signs and everything. And you don't get the same light effects at all. None of them have got it. Like, you come into photo mode and it's on a default one that's different and you can't get it back. and it's a real shame.
Huh. Again, the photo mode needs some tweaking, some little things.
Yeah. Saturation. I'm not happy with my time of day, I'll be honest.
Your weathers? You can
Stop
change
it.
the time of day on the setting that says time of day, but you're changing the weather. I have no idea what you're doing right now.
Look, it's clearly doing the time of day. Right, motion blur on, which has done very little. Focus blur on. I need to come off this to get my... I'm very cautious about what I press because I know one of the buttons is going to exit.
I so want you to reset everything.
I really don't want to. Right, I'm going to focus on this headlamp. Nope, that was the wrong button. Back off. There we go. That's okay. I just want to keep that
shot.
918 in view, the red Porsche, but whilst also keeping the bizarrely blue Ferrari.
Isn't... Okay, I thought they were all the same car.
No. I apologise to all of the car fans out there for confusing a Ford GT, a Ferrari and a Porsche 918.
Look at me, I know the name of cars.
But I can't remember which Ferrari that was. I don't think it was a LaFerrari. Let me see it. No, it's the new one and I've forgotten what it's called. So, demerit.
Wait, you know the brand of the car just by seeing it so far away?
Well, I saw it in the race, didn't I? But yeah.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, I've got quite a talent like for little bits of cars. I've always done this since I was little. Like I see a door pillar and I'm like, oh, that looks like a Mark II Golf. Oh yeah, it is. There you go.
Whoa, that's an impressive skill.
It's never coming useful, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Anyway, I'm just messing about now, so shall we end it there? I'll reveal the shot or a shot. There you go.
It's that the thumbnail?
Yes.
Okay. It's better me.
Right. There you go.
Nice. It's a good thumbnail. It's a very good thumbnail.
Thanks.
I'm glad. Bye, everyone.